Hello, hello. Greetings, everyone. And Annie, you weren't the first. Colt was, so that's a bit embarrassing. I cannot lie. Hello, hello, Alan, Colt, Annie. Welcome to the penultimate race of the season. How many have we got at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 14 of how many drivers? I think we have a full grid today, hopefully. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think we have a full grid. Wow, okay. Can we keep it calm now? We don't... I'm not doing a flip. I'm alright, Alan. I'm alright. And I'm now your team principal, so I'm expecting good from you, Alan. How are you, mate? How are you? Did you not know? You didn't know? Yeah, I'm your new team principal. Yeah, I'm the Red Bulls team principal now. Are you stealing Alan from me then, Annie? Right, hold on, we've got more people now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold on. Oh, hello. I'm at the bottom now. Okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 16. Lovely. So maybe is that 17 with Alan? Or is it just being annoying? I don't know, but here we are. Oh, so wait, hold on. So you think James is going to Red Bull? You think James is going to Red Bull? I can't confirm or nor deny because I want to keep it a bit spicy, you know. You think we have 16 at the moment? I know you're talking about Alpha, but you said if James steals your seat, hence saying you think James is going to Red Bull, and that's all. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just saying. Ah, okay. Just ignore me then. Just ignore me then. Is it still 16? I don't know because the light of the thing. That's still 16. So. Really? Seriously, none of... It's basically Aston Martin have put their... Both of them are coming, but none of them have actually come up. Okay. Come on, guys. We can do a bit better than that. Aston Martin, you said you're both here. Both come in and you're not here. Oh. Right, we're readying up. I'm spectating, so I can't do anything. Okay, that's fine. Good luck, everyone. Have fun. We're about to go into the Brazilian Grand Prix. I haven't got a drink, but we are going to go here. I wish everyone luck. We are here. Short qualifying in Brazil, who absolutely walloped, the country that absolutely walloped South Korea in the round of 16 in the World Cup, 4-1. All right. Right. Before we go in, I just want to. I don't want to do anything newer, but like Aston Martin, both drivers, you said you're coming to this Grand Prix and you haven't shown up, which quite frankly is a bit disappointing. But we got a few over the 3 weeks. We've got 36 followers now. We've got quite a few. We got Fireforge, Fauststick, the Ferrari team principal, Grey P, one of my friends, and Wolfhound. Is someone dying in the background? No. Why are you saying that? Hold on. Is that a bit better, or can you not hear me whatsoever? You've got Ferrari coming out. I forget. Oh, does it still feel like someone's dying in the background? Okay, that's fine. I've got a new headset, so I don't really know how it works. So if it sounds awful or you can't hear me very well, do let me know. Okay, Harry's on an out lap. We've got Mercedes coming out. Both of them are coming out. There's McLaren. Oh, okay. They look like they're about to collide in the pit lane, but we've got quite a few people on their out lap. Cool. The new headset. The headset I got for my birthday today has actually worked. Lovely. Thank you, Uncle. Who's come out first? Let's get the telemetry. Don't care about that because I know where the things are. Broadcast. No. Detail. Tyre. No. Lap data. Yes. Can you not? It's a lot better, isn't it? Right, who's first? It's Harry, is it not? It is. Let's follow Harry for his first lap. A DRS wide open, into the centre S's. I need to remember the time. It's turn 4, Cena Delago. I think it is. As we go into Cena Delago, I really hope I'm getting that right. 17 dead to start with. So, looks nice and clean so far. As we go into the very twisty middle sector of the lap here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pass. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I do apologise to any Brazilians. Sorry, Toby. So 52.6 overall for sectors 1 and 2. Of course it's purple, as it's full throttle now out of turn 12, or out of turn 15. It is to start with a 109.5, not too shabby. Next across the line is one of the McLarens. Is it Jimmy Sims? No, it's Mesa with a 109.3. We're just going to let them come. We're going to follow Gear Kubitzer on his lap. Crazy Benny puts it into provisional pole with a 108.7. As someone's gone off, I think it might have been a Ferrari. I think we're okay at the moment. Gap, fastest lap, leader. We'll go leader because it makes it easier to know where we are. Emilio, 2.5 tenths down. Toby, a tenth down on Crazy Benny. Goes into P2. Richard, 2.3 for Mercedes at the moment. Yuki Bits at a 1.096. 9 tenths off the pace. Puts him in P8 thus far. I think we'll go to follow Colt. 17.3 for his first sector in the AlphaTauri. Let's see if he's any good in the second sector. Again, I think we just got some slow cars getting out of the way for that Haas. Let's see how good Colt can do on his banker lap. James, 5 seconds off the pace. I'm assuming just putting in a banker lap there. Just to make sure he is on the timing screen. First time James has put in a lap early. Mate, okay. So let's have a look at the standings after most people have done their laps. We have Crazy Benny topping the standings in the moment with a 1.087. Black Cat, the two Mercedes, Black Cat and Richard, about 2 tenths down. Emilio a further half a tenth. Mesa 6.5 tenths down. KFC, okay, that is surprising. In P6, GMB Slims in the other McLaren 7th, Harry in 8th, Geeky Bits are in 9th, and Colt 10th. Yai King has put it in P12 with a very slow banker lap. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at currently P2 in the Drivers' Championship. He cannot win because James has won already. Let's have a look at this lap. Let's see if Zach can do anything. James, half a tenth down on Crazy Benny. So sticks on the front row of the grid. 16.9. Slightly faster than... whose was it? It was Harry's first sector. I don't know how fast it is in comparison. I don't think it was purple. But, as we... Wow, okay, right. Oh, yeah, cheers for the birthday stuff, guys. Do appreciate it. So, it's a purple middle sector for Zach here. To Jun Sao, turn 12. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right again, but it's turn 12. I at least remember that much. DRS is open now, full throttle to the line. It's a 1.086, dethroning his Williams teammate. It's a Williams 1-2, but Black Cat putting it on provisional pole with a 1.085, a tenth and a half ahead of Zach here. Right, who is on a lap at the moment? Let's have a look. I want to have a look. Mace's on an out lap, and Mace's gone straight on. That doesn't normally happen. Mace is going for a lap here, so let's follow him. See if he puts in a better lap here than before. We won't follow them. We'll get the telemetry up to see. Okay, battery is being used. See the rear of the car. We don't really need to because we're not racing. So 10th down on his best time. Best first sector time. So we might not see an improvement from him. What's fun? To be honest, I'm really not that sure. To be brutally honest. I should know, but kind of when you have your full throttle is basically when your foot is, your accelerator pedal is against the floor, and you're going full as fast as you possibly can. Like that, Mace is going full throttle here, DRS open, going as fast as they possibly can, not holding back anything, and it's a 1.087. Hello. Hold on. Dan, I'm sorry if you don't want to be called that, but for the moment, for simplicity, I'm going to call him Dan. The new reserve driver, recently added, 4/10 faster than Toby. In that Mercedes, he's reserving for Red Bull at the moment. But what? Where did that come from? Where the hell did that come from? Hold on. Right, that's just come out of nowhere. I don't think Mace's going again. Is James going again? A 187. Alright, I think James is going out again. You can't really talk about track evolution and the track getting rubbered in, so has more grip available because it's a game, and that doesn't happen. So we're going to follow our World Drivers Champion for one of his laps. He missed the first little section down the centre S's, but we get to see most of the lap here. The twisty-turny sector 2. Maybe, if people can stick it in the right place, might be a good place to overtake here. I think James' lap is invalidated because the track is red for him. So unfortunately, yeah, he does look like he slowed down a little bit. So Mace is in the pits. We're going to follow... Let's follow Crazy Benny. He put it on provisional pole first. Well, he held provisional pole for a long while. So let's see if he can improve on his original lap time. He's 6/10 behind Dan there, who's put in a stonking lap time. That is very, very impressive. Bro is crazy. It is in the name. Into Junsao to start the lap. Full speed. The right foot is against the floor. You get to see a very good shot here. Oh, and it's invalidated for track limits apparently, which I'm really surprised about. Track limits might be an issue here. But James is going again. He's matched his first sector time. So he might see a bit of improvement from me. He's currently down in P7. Our driver's champion down in P7. 2/10 up in his middle sector. So let's see if he can carry all that speed and momentum into the last section. It's flat out. And it's a 108.4. That puts him on the front row of the grid here, but still 3.5 down. Our driver's champion is still 3.5 down. As one of the Hasses comes out, Giga Kubica comes out there. Is that putting in a lap? He's put in a 108.5. Puts him in P3. But that lap, that 108 dead, looks untouchable at the moment. See if Toby's putting in a lap. He is 2/10 up. So this might be good for the front row of the grid. If not, the provisional pole. And here we go. We have the contest is beginning to start. 6 minutes left to go in qualifying. Toby, a 108.2, puts it on the front row. We've come under 2/10. We've come under a quarter of a second of that stonking 108 dead. Toby does love this track. It's technically his second home race, but we might have a good race in our hands if everyone keeps it clean. Let's what's Crazy Benny doing? He's a 10th up on his first sector time, so he might put a contest in from the top 4 here. Jimby Slims has gone up to P5. Still 6/10 out. He's come out for an outlap. Colt, Allen and Yiking are still yet to put in a really good lap time. Crazy Benny puts up against the wall. It's a 108.3. Puts him into P3. 3/10 down. What was that lap? Right. Hold on. Where is he? Right. I've just got a really weird thing in chat. I might just delete it because we can do it ourselves. Thank you very much. Okay. Right. Who's on a lap at the moment? Richard's on a lap. Richard's on a lap. One of the two Mercedes down in 8th place. 8.5 tenths off. He's 2 tenths up on his first lap. That is very good. A good start. Right, the top 5 are within half a second of each other, so it can be all to play for. 4 minutes left to go. And if you are a Sky Q or Sky Glass customer, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and come join our Discord if you haven't already. I am going to do that. Because I don't trust it. Way. Richard, I haven't seen his lap times whatsoever because I was too busy banning someone. I gave someone the ban hammer and they looked like there was contact there between one of the Hasses and the Mercedes there. Will it hinder his lap time? It won't. He's up into P6. The top 6 now. Top 7, I should say. Within half a second. Jimby Slims has put up into P5. People do be loving this track. Colt has been disqualified from the session for going the wrong way, so he can't improve. Zach is coming out for his outlap. So Colt has to start from the back here. Who is on a lap? Let's have a look. KFC, he might be on a lap. No, it's the other Al. Is there another Alpha? It's Yiking. Yiking's on a lap. Let's follow him. A previous podium sitter. Remember. So it's 2 tenths up in the first sector for Yiking here. So this is already good start. It's probably he might be spun in the second sector or went off or somewhere. So here we go. I keep saying it's nice and clean. Nothing obviously wrong. No back end stepping out. No oversteer. It looks like it's a good amount. Yeah, 19 seconds up there. So it was obviously the second sector where he was a bit very slow or had to stop or something. Let's see a good lap here. Let's see where Yiking puts it. James within a tenth of that lap there. Yiking puts it up into P9 with that lap. He might be able to go again if he's fast enough. But Dan improves again. A 1:07.9. Crazy Benny is starting his lap here. James has just started a lap. That Cat's on an out lap here. Is Zach on a lap? Zach's matched his first sector. Let's see if he is any better through. He's a tenth up in his middle sector. He really wants to do this. If he wants to help Williams consolidate P2 in the Constructors, let's see if he can go anywhere. He might get a tow from the Alfa Romeo in front of him. Or that might be a Ferrari here. Let's see if he gets anything. So 1:08.4, a tenth up, puts him into P5. And that's it for Zach. He can't put in another lap unless he spends more of his battery now. But I think he has already. P5 is the best Zach can do. But here we go. Toby, real contender, maybe even for the win here at Brazil. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look-see. I don't know. We've got a Ferrari or Alfa. I think it's a Ferrari. No, it's an Alfa. He has matched his second sector. He doesn't know he might go faster here. He's slightly slower. Qualifying is over. Dan's best time, 1:07.9. Can Toby put an end to his reign? Can he put it on the front row? Can he put it on pole? No, he doesn't improve his time. James is 4/10 down. I don't think he can do anything to improve his time. No, it's 3 seconds down. But it looks like Zach's coming to the pit lane. Emilio's still on a lap. He's still improving. But I think his lap time's invalidated. Everyone else is coming to the pits. So it's a pole on debut for Dan here. Nearly 2/10 ahead of our driver's champion. What an impressive drive. What an impressive lap time there. Everyone was going, it's going to be in the 108s, maybe even in the 107s, our pole time. And it's in the 107s, a 107.9. Wow. Really, really impressive there from Dan. Black Cat in P3. Mate, could challenge for the lead. So, Dan on pole for his debut race. Our driver's champion alongside him, so it's going to be a very tight... It's going to be very, very close into turn 1. He's going to put a lot of pressure. Black Cat in the Mercedes takes P3. The two Williams line up 4 and 5. The McLaren of Jimby Slims in 6th. Always a solid qualifier. Richard in the other Mercedes takes P7. Emilio in the Haas, our race winner last time out, takes P8. Mesa in the other McLaren takes P9. And someone else was in P10. It was Yiking in the Alfa Romeo. So we go into the race. So I don't have any notes with me because I'm struggling to. I didn't have a lot of time. So I'm not old. I'm still a teenager. Right. Let's look at our driver's standings. After Mexico, James takes the Drivers' Championship. He took the Drivers' Championship in Mexico. No one can catch him. Mathematically impossible. Unless he's disqualified for some reason, but I don't think that's going to happen. Zach is currently in... So the battle is for P2 between Zach and Mesa. I think. Toby, I don't think, can get enough points. So Mesa's still in it, but I think Zach might consolidate P2 here. Black Cat is in P4. Jimby Slims is in P5 for the other McLaren. So that's the Drivers' Championship. As the formation lap starts, the constructors' standings are thus: Ferrari need 8 points from our calculations to win the Constructors' Championship, and with their second place start, they're getting enough points to do so. The fight is then for second place between McLaren and Williams. They're all qualified in the points, so it's going to be close, I think, between those two teams for P2 in the Constructors. Mercedes is in 4th, and Haas jumping up 1 place from Mexico into P5. And the big 1-7. To be fair, I watched one and it was good. I watched the first one of Breaking Bad. It was all right. I need to probably get into it. I also need to watch Wednesday, the new Wednesday show on Netflix. I'll probably watch that first. But for the track, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Paz. We got 36 laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix. The circuit length is 4.31 kilometers. George Russell won it. The Mercedes W13 decided not to be less rubbish and stick a 1-2 for the Mercedes team. Valtteri Bottas holds the lap record with a 1:10.5 in the race. And I think that's all of the pleasantries out the way. Emilio apparently disqualified from the session, but that's just maybe had contact. Colt still lining up. Alan and Tasty probably messing up their grid slots. I can't see anything. Can I see the lights anywhere? I don't see the lights. I have no idea what's happening. Tasty has a jump start and it's lights out apparently, and away we go. Dan not getting a great start here. James has already passed. And Crazy Benny looking like get a black cat. The predicted pit stop strategy, if not it's a soft, medium, or a medium hard. But James leads the way as Spray has crashed out here early on. It's James from Dan, Crazy Benny, Black Cat, Jimby Slims, Yiking, Emilio Mesa, Richard and Harry jumps in top 10 as Zach, what happened? Why is Zach so unfortunate at the start? We have a safety car in the first lap, but what's happened? Have we lost a bit of front wing? Zach has come into contact with someone again in the first lap. Very unfortunate. But James, just great jump off the line there. Really, really good start it looked like there. Dan just never getting off the line. But holding P2, he's definitely going to be challenging for his win on debut, I think. I don't know how many wins James has, and I've kind of lost count. They're all trying to catch up to the safety car here. Yeah, Crazy Benny putting up into P3 for the Williams team. Black Cat dropping down to 4th. Let's have a look. Detail, position change. KFC, Alan, Gigakibits and Zach, I think, were probably all caught up in that incident. So we're all in the pit lane. Let's see. Are we putting a change of tyres on? I don't know. Alan's gone on the hards. KFC's on the hards. Gigakibits is on. They've all gone swapped to the hard compound tyre. I've just seen Black Cat's on the softs. So with Crazy Benny on the hards, I'm surprised that Black Cat had a worse getaway than Crazy Benny there. Will, what happened? We're definitely gonna have an incident. We're gonna have an incident report because I think there are 5 cars in there. I have no idea what happened, unfortunately. I was too busy watching the front little scrap. You collided with the McLaren? Was it Mesa? Because I think you were around Mesa, because you and Harry were very close, and Harry's behind Mesa. So that is unfortunate. But as we under the safety car, more lap 1 carnage. Why is Zach stationary? What? Hold on. Zach spun. I think Zach spun into one of the corners. It looks like he has a front wing. He still is front wing intact, but I think he definitely has spun. That's put a lot of temperature into those tyres. He's got to hurry up and go full speed to try and catch up with the rest of the field here. As KFC, Alan and Gigakibits have all caught up to the back of the safety car queue. KFC still having to serve that drive-through penalty. And as Alan's retired from the session. We're going to see what's happened here. He's just stopped in the middle of the track. Has he come into contact with the Haas of Gigakibitsa or the Alfa Romeo of KFC? But he's just stopped in the middle of the track, apparently crashing out. That is really odd. It's like Roman Grosjean at Baku. I think, was it 2017 or 2018? Crashing under the safety car. The safety car does come in this lap because I've decided to get rid of Alan's car with my telekinetic powers. Just lift up and chuck it out. But yeah, really odd at the moment, as we're gonna follow James. Let's see if he's going. He's still not going. The safety car is in. We can get racing. As James starts going, but he hasn't caught Dan napping here. But he's got far enough ahead as Yiking and Emilio come into the pits. I don't know if that is that for a change of front wing. Let's have a look. No, he's just coming in for a change of tyre. No, he is coming in for a new nose. How about Emilio? Same for him as well. A new nose there. That is really odd. As James still leads from Dan. Black Cat pressuring Crazy Benny here. As Mesa has definitely benefited from that restart and is scrapping along with Richard. Let's follow that quickly. See Mesa and Richard. Richard in a McLaren sandwich here. Mesa all over the back of Richard at the moment. It looks okay. Emilio and Yiking goes out near the back, and Richard spun. As everyone's got out of the way smoothly, Cole has had to take evasive action and has reset to track, which is allowed in this case because no one was coming. Emilio and Yiking are so far back. But, oh hello. Dan and James are gonna having go for each other. Dan is all over the back of James. Won't get a chance to dart out of the way because Dan is already up alongside. And with a raw pace, Dan retakes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. KFC coming in to serve his drive-through penalty. But what a move. So much more grip. So much more grip there. James could do nothing about it. But is this where Dan scampers away? We're going to have DRS the next lap. Eight-tenths of a second between Dan and James here. They're scampering away from the field. Dan with another fastest lap of the race. It's going to be all out for those two. DRS for James here. Will definitely keep him in touch. As Toby comes down the inside into Cena de Largo. Those soft tyres working a treat for him now. Back up into the podium places. And now he might have a go at James here because he was not far off. KFC already getting a penalty for track limits. The steward's not liking him today. But Dan is scampering away from James. Already has that 1 second gap out in front. It's just so much faster than James here. James not having DRS here. But has that slipstream that gets so much closer. And they are moving away from Black Cat quite quickly. But James does get DRS here. Into turn 4. He's a lot faster in that first sector and can keep in touch. But I think as soon as Dan gets out of DRS range towards turn 4, he is gone. James can just about keep up. Let's down the other end of the field as we've got Mercedes of Black Cat who's spun. Black Cat has spun towards there. Zach comes through, who's moved already back up to P7. Toby letting the Alpha through. He let his teammate through and Colt through. That was P11 for Black Cat. Those tyres are shot now. But that moves Crazy Benny up into P3. But it looks like James does have DRS here. So Dan is not really pulling away from James here. James looks maybe has a lot closer for maybe a move into turn 1 here if he can keep it on the road, keep it good amount, 0.7 of a second. Let's see what he can do here. He looks a lot faster in a straight line, that Ferrari, compared to the Red Bull. Doesn't cart too far back for a move. But as I was saying before, Black Cat spun. Jimby Slims is all over the back of Crazy Benny here. Those medium tyres giving an edge over those hard compound tyres. Yeah, cheers Alan. Cheers for the birthday wishes. But already 4 seconds the leaders have pulled on Crazy Benny in 3rd place. The race pace of these two far exceed the others. This giving me Verstappen, Leclerc flashbacks, even Hamilton, Verstappen flashbacks. It's just a 2-horse race. But Dan pulling together a good lap. It's 1.7 seconds now. Can James get it within a second to get DRS again? It looks like he might have. So he might have DRS going in towards Cena de Largo here. It might be alright. But it might be changing his strategy, putting on the faster tyres. Let's see if James does have DRS. He doesn't. So Dan might scamper away here. He just needs to keep it cool. As things stand, Dan is on to win his debut race here at the Checkered Flag Racing League. It is that second sector. Dan is a lot faster in that second sector. See, he's already pulled 3/10 on James here. It's the first and last sector that James just can slightly keep in touch. But it's definitely, he doesn't need to worry about another win. Sure, it'd be lovely to get another win, but it is not very necessary for him. But further back, we have Jimby Slims trying to go on the offensive towards Crazy Benny. Harry comes into the pits and gets penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Let's have a look. The other Ferrari. What's he putting on here? It's the hard compound tyres. He might be going to the end here. That's put Zach back up into P6. He's going to be going a long while on those hard tyres. Harry, I think, coming back out in P10. P11, I should say. But Jim, I think we're going to have a look at the battle for 3rd place, the last of the podiums between Crazy Benny and Jimby Slims. Williams and McLaren battling it out for P2 in the championship at the moment. So this is a crucial battle for constructors' points. For season 2, it doesn't matter where the constructor finishes, because the team principals are getting the same amount of money to get drivers, the amount of fake money, because we don't have the money to do it, to acquire drivers. What sense? I'll talk about it later. Maybe after Jimby Slims might have a little look, maybe towards turn 4 here, if he can keep it close into the centre, through the centre S's. Let's see. Does that McLaren have enough straight line speed with DRS? Getting closer and closer. Had a look, but it's too far back to do anything with that look. So, that's how the team principal thing will work, to my knowledge. Each team principal, that includes myself now, will get a certain amount of money, like virtual money and stuff. Black Cat putting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix in. We knew it'd be strong, it's just unfortunate he spun. As I was saying, you get a part of fake money to get drivers and so they'll drive for that particular constructor for that season, and then with that money, and so they can do as well as they can in the constructors, and then they get, and that's when you'll get more money for being top of the constructors and less to if you get towards the bottom. Jacob, DM me on Discord because I have a few already. Zach has disconnected. He hasn't DNF'd or anything. I got really worried for a second when I saw Zach's name down there. But yeah, DM me on Discord because I have a few. As soon as I've been told, oh yeah, I'm team principal for Red Bull, people have been going at me. You also spelt my name wrong, Jacob. I've just clocked that. It's L-O-C-H, not L-A-C-H. Lachlan is an Australian YouTuber who plays Fortnite. What? No, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. People do it all the time. My own family can't spell my name. Yes, yes. Lachlan Fortnite. Come on. Simbi Slims are still struggling to get closer to the Williams of Crazy Benny. Whereas medium tyres may be going off a little bit, losing a bit of grip, while his hards are still going strong. 2 seconds out in front between Dan and James here. We've got Giga Kubica in the Haas trying to make headway towards Richard. There's the second sector we go. Can Giga Kubica keep it clean to get DRS down the 2 DRS zones on the next lap? Yeah, so a few people, to be fair, have come up to me already, seeing I was the Red Bull, or like seeing there's a Red Bull team principal and going, oh yeah, can I join your team? Like I haven't gone up to them and gone, can you be part of my team? They've come to me, which is really odd. Giga Kubica just within DRS range of Richard here. Jimmy Slims dropping back on Crazy Benny. Maybe you have some team orders going on, maybe? As Richard has weaved right out the way so Giga Kubica doesn't get the toe. That was a really big weave there. I talk to me in my DMs and then we can get talking. We can get talking, Jacob. We can get talking. Because we have if we get confirmation by James or Toby, me and my brother might be doing a real life Red Bull AlphaTauri thing. Yeah, slide into my DMs. No, that sounds really odd. Hello, Mesa is caught up to his teammates. Jimby Slims off the pace at the moment. Those medium tyres seeming to be wearing now. The pit window might be opening up here. So we see Mesa too far away to put a move in, but Jimby Slims, I feel like, will be pitting sometime soon, as well as the other medium runners, as James is now 3.3 seconds away from Dan here. Dan pulling away in a league of his own out in front. I wanna know what he's been doing, because he is doing very, very well. Hello. So, Dan's still going faster, as Mesa has managed to do it into turn 12, which I didn't see. But does that give a DRS? No, it gives Jimby Slims DRS here. So Jimby Slims might have a go. Jimby Slims has come to the outside. Mesa covering the inside. Maybe round the outside for Jimby Slims. The two McLarens having a little tussle now. Jimby Slims looking they have the better line. But I think those hard compound tyres are really proving themselves above the mediums at the moment, at this stage of the Grand Prix. Crazy Benny's just there being a bit lonely at the moment. I don't think you're allowed to do that, Annie. I can't lie. I think that is against the rules. Hold on. Do I? Ooh. It's a bit overcast. But am I seeing drops of rain? I think I'm seeing drops of rain. We might... I think that's rain. That looks like drops of rain. I need to check here. I'm going to go on board with Mesa. I think that's drops of rain. Right, as Giga Kubica comes into the pits, I want to see what this is for, because I think it is raining. It is rain. As Giga Kubica coming very, very early. Harry's coming as well. Harry, remember in Austria, he was very good at predicting these sorts of things. It is the intermediate tyres for both drivers. The rain is here at Sao Paulo. As Dan... Oh, what happens to Dan here? Dan's struggling for pace here. As James stays out. So does Dan, but James has taken the lead. Has there been a mistake by Dan there? We didn't see... Che is saying it's too early for the intermediate tyre. Yiking coming in for intermediates. Right, we're going to have to look at tyres. The back three have all gone onto the intermediates. We're looking at Richard stayed out. Is Emilio going to come in? Emilio is coming in. Is it for the intermediates? I don't know if KFC is going to be coming in. KFC stays out. Is Colt coming in? Colt comes in. Yiking's retired. DRS has been disabled. It is the intermediates. Black Cat coming in as well. I think it is time for intermediates. DRS has been disabled. That is a good point if you're thinking for coming in onto intermediates. Yiking has unfortunately crashed, I think, but I think it's okay. And now James is coming in. Oh, for God's sake. The lead duo coming in. Crazy Belly, I think, is going to follow suit as well. Is Mesa going to come in as well? Mesa's coming in. Jimby Slims is coming in. Made those medium tyres last, but everyone coming onto intermediates. Zach coming in, who's come back up to P6. Richard's coming in. I'm assuming KFC and Colt are going to come in as well. But this has really put the race in a different direction. No one's expected a wet race. So let's see how their setup's fare in the wet. Colt got... How? Whoa, hello. Colt stayed out again for another lap. Yeah, he is struggling now. It's getting a bit too wet. I think Colt's gambled, but you can see the wet bits on the track. Colt, I think, has made the wrong call. I'm just a commentator. But I think it's... If you should have come in this lap. Richard, let's see how quickly Richard is going to catch Colt here. Emilio getting a time penalty for track limits. Yeah, but Cole is struggling on those tyres. Cole's definitely got to have to come in, and he's made a mistake, so Richard gets through here. And it's 7/8 of a second between Dan and James. Dan James, also a Welsh footballer. I don't know why I had to tell you that, but it was quite funny to think about it anyway, in my opinion. As Colt stayed out. Colt finally comes in. Colt gets a set penalty for speeding in the pit lane. You were never going to get there. It was a bit late for the AlphaTauri driver, I believe. Yeah, bro did have a Delph wish. Colt goes onto the... Huh? Colt's on the softs. It's raining. Brother, it's raining. Hold on. Hold on. But before we do that, Dan's all over the back of James. Bro does have a death wish. He's on the soft compound tyres in the pouring rain. What is going on? James squirming in out of turn 3. As we go, maybe go round the outside into Cena de Largo. Dan has a better traction out of the corner. James struggling on the inters. But Dan has to stay behind for another lap. He's getting tense as we are basically almost 2/3 race distance. James is really struggling on those inters. Are we going to see a move in Sector 2 here? Yeah, those soft compound tyres was not a good choice for the AlphaTauri because he has lost like 6 seconds. He's definitely going to be coming in for inters. I have no idea how good... If it maybe extreme wet territory as James has more or less slided through there. Overtakes being used. It's raining. Round the outside, Dan goes on James. Dan takes the lead. James might still be fighting. Colt going on to the extreme wet tyres. James really struggling. Dan takes the lead again. Nothing James could do. James is struggling. But Colt on the extreme wets. That is a surprising call there. Zach up passing Jimby Slims to take 5th place. 12 seconds behind Mesa. But I think advantage Dan here in the wet weather of... In the wets here. In the wet Sao Paulo track. What a move, Ferrari strategy. Yeah, that... To be, not to be disrespectful to my brother's own team now. But... Hards to softs when it's raining. And then straight to the extreme wets. There is a thing called intermediates. And I think Dan's doing just fine on the inters. Let's see if Colt is putting massive headway on the others, because then we could see if it's time for wets. But I think those inters are clearing enough water that they get a good amount of grip. Black Cat and KFC having a little tussle, it looks like. Black Cat, out of Cena de Largo, has moved up into P11. But I don't think it's wet weather time. I don't think it's been raining enough, or raining hard enough, for extreme wets at the moment, because he has lost 2 seconds to KFC. He has been lapped by the lead 4 here. And Zach's disconnected again. Zach having connection issues. And also ill, but a good recovery drive to P5 at the moment. And as we have a very slow AlphaTauri of Colt here. Oh, just getting out of the way for blue flags. But yeah, Dan 1.8 seconds. He's pulled on James. Dan coping better in the wet than James is at the moment. Ah, no. Chat's disappeared for me. Black Cat's now coming up to Harry. As that's Richard passing now. Guga Hibitsa's not going to be far, not going to be far away. That's what I meant to say. Black Cat is now all over the back of Harry. Black Cat qualifying, I think it was P2 or P3. I cannot remember to save my life. Toby the P6 merchant, exactly. The P6 merchant wants his P6. I can't believe I've just said that on stream. As Dan gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. And it looks like, I think that might have been turn... No. But that, good call there. The Colt's coming in. Those extreme wets not working for him. He's coming in again. Surely this has to be for Inters. No, for more extreme wets. He wants more wet weather tyres. Colt really thinking it's extreme wet time now. Being lapped by more cars. Zaka's connected and then disconnected again. But now it's 2.5 seconds. Dan needs to pull out a 3-second gap here. I think we're going to be on these sets of tyres till the end of the race. But he needs to pull out 6 more tenths as James squirreling out of the first of the centre S's. Losing that's 8 tenths in that corner alone. As we have I think we have a bit of a battle. We go down here. Zach and Jimby Slims. Zach with his connection issues. As well as we... Is Colt putting any headway onto the leader, onto KFC? I don't know. His thing isn't moving. So I have no clue at all. Remember, no DRS here, so it has to be on raw speed. Use that slipstream. He's gaining is Toby. Will Toby be close enough for maybe a move down the inside? No, thinks better of it. Remember, you do have that Intercina de Largo. I think that's Brazilian. This thing isn't moving. His thing is definitely not moving. Bro is Bernard. The thing ain't moving. It's saying it's exactly 59.794 seconds behind. For some reason. How about if I go on it and come back off? No? Okay, fine. We're going to just say he's a minute behind. And over a minute behind, because I don't think he's 59 seconds now. Shush. Shush, we're not sus here. Now, the Checker Flag Racing League, nothing I say is sus. End of. There's 4 seconds now between Toby and Harry. We're going to have a little good scrap between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. Richard in the other Mercedes getting past Jimby Slims there. As here we go. Toby getting a bit out of shape there, so he's a bit further away. Let's see if he's a lot closer towards turn 4. He is a lot closer. He got a bit out of shape again, so he's further away. The straight isn't as long, so he doesn't have the time, but he is a lot. He's definitely a lot faster. He got better traction out of turn 4. He may be trying to have a go into sector 2. He is definitely the faster of the 2 cars, but he just can't get it done down the main straight. I have no idea if Colt is actually putting time on the leaders or time on KFC. I don't know. I have no idea if it's wet territory. I don't think it is. Those Inters seem to be doing fine. It's now 5 seconds between Dan and James. That is... James struggling in the wets. Crazy Benny might be coming to challenge him if he does not get his act together. But Toby a lot closer here. If he can keep it tidy, we can go on board. We're going to go properly on board. He's a lot faster down the inside of the turn one. He actually, it looks like he makes a move stick into turn one, but Harry keeps it round the outside, but has that hindered him out of the center S's? Here we go. Toby's closer. Will he ever go down the inside? No. Good defending by Harry. Kept it on round the outside and keeps the last points place. Just a quick update on the Constructors Championship. As it currently stands, Ferrari will win the Constructors Championship because they are getting 19 points. Chat is demanding you get a P6, Toby, so you better listen. Colt and Mace are getting 3-second penalties for track limits. But James looks like he's really struggling in that Ferrari. He didn't bin on strategy. I think he's just being outclassed today by Dan. Toby a bit further away here. So let's see. He's definitely a lot closer here though. He's kept it clean. Is Toby gonna have a go? It looks like he's almost pushing Harry round turn 4. Toby maybe having a go. No, holds back thou. But he has to now stay behind the Ferrari for another lap as he goes wide. And if you are a SkyCure or Skyglass customer, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. We put the highlights of the streams and the VODs up on there, so go check it out. Oh, we got predicting a crash. Okay. Into Jun Sao we go. Do you not know? I've been doing that for like 3 races now, if not more. I've been doing it most of the time. And he loves it. Toby again, a lot closer here. He's about 3/10 away again. Does he have enough speed? He's got the slipstream. Is he close enough? No. No, he isn't. Have you got any closer on-track battles? No, we don't really. As that's Colt into the pits again. Let's have a look. What strategy have we got now? What strategy have we got now? Finally on the intermediate tyres. As Colt finally gets on the inters. I just threw my phone on the floor. Great. Oh, as Toby had a bit of a look into turn 1. Through the centre S as we go. But I think that little look into turn 1 has hindered Toby here. He's further away than he has been on previous laps. He is going to be stuck behind that Ferrari for most of the race here. 10 seconds out in front between James and Dan. Dan's masterclass performance on his debut, might I add. Well, that's the only really close battle that might... Richard and Zach might get into a bit of tussle late on in the race. I have no idea whether Zach is connected to the Grand Prix or not. But I really need a drink, but I've got to wait a few more laps and do the interviews, and I really need a drink. But I'm going to wait. Black Cat, Toby, I should say, really struggling now. Are the Inters starting to drop off? Because now, 0.8 of a second now, he's a lot further away. But the tow really useful here, because Toby's gained a lot of that time back now. Oh, Jesus. Richard now about within a second of Zach here. I am really losing my voice now, and I don't like it. It is quite painful. I should have brought a drink, but I forgot. Because literally I had to get on the stream soon after my parents' evening. 4/10 now. Crazy Benny might have a look at James if in the last few laps. James has to keep it together. They will still win the Constructors Championship. Mine was fine. Chemistry was surprisingly good, actually. I won't put names of teachers out for privacy reasons and because we're on the internet. But yeah, I do go to the same school as Toby, yeah. Toby a bit closer now than the last few laps. We see the back of his car. I don't want to see that, so we're going to go to this view because I don't want to see the arse of his car, thanks. I still don't want to see it. Are we going to change the view? No. I don't want to see it, thank you. As nice as it might be. Yep, we all do. Richard's now... Oh, hello. I have no idea if Zach is with us or not. But that is true. Toby would rather have no points than P6. Let's see if the other Mercedes has any luck. Passing the Williams of Zach here. Let's have a look. As we go towards Cienfuegos. It doesn't look like we are going to have any overtakes at the moment. It's been very passive after the safety car. Toby's a lot closer now. He looks like he's weaving to get warmth into his intermediate tyres. I haven't said it yet, no. Unless someone bins it into a barrier, then I don't... If someone decides to meet barrier, then I... If anyone gets that reference, I'm going to be surprised. The barrier reference. If anyone gets it, I'll be surprised. Right. Toby's still stuck behind a Ferrari. He must hate seeing the backside of that Ferrari. Do a shall chair. I mean, I don't want it to happen. No. Oh, hello. Crazy Benny is 3 seconds behind now. As they're going into the last corner, is that? Yeah, that is Richard. Maybe looking another go to Zach. Don't think he's far enough away. Yeah. Hello. Let's have a look. Toby's a lot closer here. Toby's a lot closer. Toby maybe going around the outside here. Down the centre S as we go. Harry going very, very wide. Harry getting a penalty for track limits from that. And Toby finally getting past the Ferrari. It doesn't matter now what happens. My TV's about to turn off and I can't find the remote, and it's the penultimate lap. This is not great. Ah, where's the remote? There it is. Success. Black Cat finally getting past the Ferrari. Will Richard get past Zach here? Richard, I think, Maybe he had a bit of a moment because he's dropped well back from Zach here. Right. As I think... Where's Dan? I don't think there's anything going on. I think everything else is like plain sailing. Because that is the other Ferrari. Don't be mistaken, that is Harry in front of Dan here, not James. James having to get... Harry now having to get out of the way for blue flags. That's 11th place. He's lapped 3 cars at the moment. So we go on to the final lap. Harry made it hard for him. But this has been an utterly dominant performance from Dan here, using the slipstream of Dobie. Is Harry maybe going to have a little sneak through on Toby? Yes, he is! Toby just needs to stay within 3 seconds and he'll be alright, and just keep it within the track limits and he'll be okay. But, by the way, this is Dan's debut race. His first race in CFRL as a reserve driver. Challenging James, getting pole on his debut. With absolutely dominant lap. At least a 10.5 ahead of everyone else. Ahead of James, I think it was. Just a bit of an unfortunate start, but has kept it clean. Been very, very fast. Look at that, 20 seconds. As we come towards the line, as Dan, on his debut in the CFRL, wins the Brazilian Grand Prix, having a little weave there in celebration. Black Cat on penalties beats Harry to 10th place and gets that final championship points. James coming round now, being absolutely outclassed, surviving the constant pressure from Benny, who was under a second off James there. Benny takes P3. As Mesa comes to the line, take P4 for McLaren in their fight. Crucial points in their fight against Williams here. And as Richard all over the back of Zach here, it's going to be a drag race to the line. I don't think Richard's going to do it, but you never know. I think Zach's is going to calm the storm of Richard. He's going to take P5. Richard takes P6 for Mercedes. Emilio now coming to the line to take P7 for Haas. In a very consistent and solid drive for Haas. And Jimby Slims, after a very good qualifying session, has to settle for P8. And Giga Kubica has to settle for P9. And with that, with James's 18 points, Ferrari win the CFRL Constructors Championship with 1 race to spare. Congratulations to both James and Harry for a very dominant season for Ferrari and for James. But we want to talk about this man on debut. Our winner of the Brazilian Grand Prix is Dan, but I'm disappointed because he's not hitting the griddy. So, like, can we really call him a true winner? I'm joking, we can, but I'd rather have him hit the griddy because highlights. Look at that. It was just a solid performance all round from Harry there. Red Bull getting good amount of points here. Crucial points, I think. And I think that is also Crazy Benny's first podium, if I'm not mistaken. 16 seconds. The advantage. What drama. Everyone up to P10 lapped. That is... wow. I did not expect people to be lapping that much. So, are people wanting to do interviews? Where did I put my phone? Oh yes, I dropped it on the floor. So, as we go onto my phone. Ah, okay. That's why. Right. Yep, Colt complaining about how AlphaTauri have decided to adopt Ferrari's strategy of going, oh yes, it's wet, soft compound tyre. Right, let's see if we can sort out interviews. Who was Crazy Benny? Let's have a look. And meanwhile, if you're... do people want to do interviews? I don't know whether we'll be doing interviews or not. I mean, James is in there. Let's see if... no, that is not the one I want. Right, let's see if we can sort this out. But what a win, can we say? You will do interview. You haven't even raced. Um... How do I've forgotten in the... Oh, how do you... I've forgotten how to do it. Pay. Is that... No, that is not it. Top 3. Okay, right. You wanted to go from hard to inter. I thought so. I was surprised when you wanted to go on the... I know. Yeah. Right.
Did you practice it? Yeah, I've had a... Oh, I practiced Brazil, but like in a way I'm just... I don't do script everywhere, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I had like so much moments through my laps. Yeah, I can almost spend my split like everywhere. Exactly. Definitely like second last corner, like the long left-hander, I think. Yeah. I went onto the grass a few times, that was close. Yeah, I got 2 track limits by going too wide because I was always on the limits there. Oh, jeez.
Right.
Not spinning in those conditions is so hard.
Right.
Jeez, yeah, you did really well there. Pretty well. Yeah, it was some good racing because, like, I did, like, another league race before this and I just got, like, shunted off the track, like, 5 times in a row. Like, yeah, it was like actually kind of fun, you know, racing with someone who it's clean. There's actually a lot of clean people in this league. Yeah, that's what we're good at. Yeah, that's what's fun. This is my second league race, you know.
Wow. Right. Okay. Right. So I think we'll. My mic's on. Yeah. We'll start with. What is your name? Because I referred to you as Dan, but I don't know if that's your actual name or not.
Yeah, you can call me Dan. Like I'm from the Netherlands.
Okay.
In
Right.
Dutch we say Dan, but like a lot of English people with like English accents say Dan.
Okay. Right. Thank you for that.
It's fine.
Okay. Right. So. Dan. So a win on debut. That's it. That's very impressive. Absolutely dominant. I have no words. You showed James up. You showed our drivers champion up like big time. So any words at all? I don't know what to say.
I mean, it was a good race. You know, I like Brazil. The track I like it a lot. You know, I've did like a few long ones on it. So I got a bit of practice, but I didn't practice the rain that much. But apparently it suited me pretty well. I was like pretty fast in it, I think. Some mistakes, but I got a little spin. You know, in my dry run, I spun into the grass in like 7th lap, or a bit more laps, I don't know. So that cost me a lot of time, but I mean, I picked it up and it was a good race afterwards.
Yeah. So when because we moved to inters quite early on in the race. When did you think, in your opinion, is a good time to switch to inters? Because there were quite a few people who did it very early when there were first few spots. People when the DRS got disabled, and then some people who just did it after. Where do you think for the other drivers' sake, and maybe for people who maybe want to join this league, when do you think you should be pitting for inters?
Yeah, it's really difficult to see sometimes. You know, most of the time I look at if the asphalt is getting really wet and look at how much it's raining. I look at if the DRS is disabled. Most of the time you can pit for inters. And I mean, if it like starts light raining, it doesn't mean it's inters already. You should just look at the asphalt. I always look what other drivers do as well, because I'm not very good at it, like spotting if it's inters or not. But most of the time I look at the asphalt or if the DRS is disabled.
Alright, okay. So, yeah, thank you very much. A Dutch person in a Red Bull. When have we seen that before? Yeah, thank you very much. Congratulations on your first win. Right, so if you want to... James. Yeah, you got showed up quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, it was definitely a very tricky race. The start of the race was good. I think I had a really good start. I had a good reaction time. But in the end, I think it was probably my setup and my driving style around this track that kind of cost me. I did have a few moments in the dry, but when it came to the wet, my tyre pressures were just off for the rain. So most of the corners throughout the lap, I was just losing grip. And the tyres were constantly, they were like 70 degrees when they should be mid-70s. And it costed me like a good half a second to a second a lap to Dan. And overall, I think he deserved that win. You know, he had like a 20-second gap on me, something like that. So obviously that was well deserved by him. Congratulations! A win on debut is incredible, and I'm sure he'll be doing much more next season because I'm pretty sure he'll get a drive in a real team for that. So I'm happy for him. I'm glad to make obviously my consecutive 11th podium and wrap up the constructors title. So Ferrari, I've now got that, and yeah, I'm just happy because overall I didn't really make many mistakes, and I think today was the best I could do.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else. Well, actually there is, because quite near the end of the race, the Williams of Benny was catching you quite quickly. I think the rain suited him a bit as well. How scared were you when it came to that?
Well, I was quite scared because I saw that the gap was kind of like 8 seconds with about 10 laps to go, and they kept narrowing down and got to about a second, I think, on the last lap when we crossed the line. And I was scared because obviously my car was just jittering everywhere. I had no grip, so I just thought I've got to keep it on the track, and if I do that, I won't lose out too much time. And then eventually, I managed to hold on, but only just. But I'm glad because Brazil is definitely not a strong track for me. But I might not be able to make Abu Dhabi, so obviously this could be my last race of the season. So I'm just happy it ended on a podium.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Okay, so if we were to make Abu Dhabi, how do you think you would how would you approach it? The constructors and the drivers' championship are sorted for you. So how would you approach it? Would you just have a bit of fun, like just not qualify and do a last to first or something?
I think I'd approach it as every other race has come really so far. I might be able to make it, but maybe I could always try and help Harry as well, move up in the driver's standings. I could give him a tow or something. I could always just, I could try and challenge and see how far I can get from last place or whatever, just for a bit of fun. But yeah, it's been a good season overall, and I want to end it on a high. If I can do Abu Dhabi next week, I will.
Okay, thank you both for that. Benny can't make it for there's apparently a child in his room for some reason. Hopefully it's either his or a sibling. So we hope. So thank you both. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope to see more close action between the two of you.
Thank you very much.
Right, so that's it. Going to be it from me. That's race over. Off to Abu Dhabi for round 12 and the last race of the CFRL season. I've been the commentator. I've been the wild card, and I will see you next week.